Good morning and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. This is the podcast which, as you know, is audio only. And normally I do this on a Sunday afternoon. However, someone, who shall remain nameless, did not put their phone on charge last night. So today when I woke up, there was nothing on my phone at all. So no videos this morning until the phone gets some charge in it. So I thought I would come and do the podcast, which I haven't done for the last couple of weeks. Last week I was taking Patrick down to Glasgow to see his dad in hospital, and his dad unfortunately passed this week, so we'll be seeing what we're doing there. And the week before I was just a grumpy person. So I thought it best not to be doing talking to people when I was growling like a grizzly bear. Please excuse me. So, how have you been? How are you doing? As I say, it's about 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Yesterday I was very, very organised. I made cream of mushroom soup. I made lentil soup. I had a joint in the slow cooker to make pulled pork. So I'm just waiting till I've got some charge in the phone to go and actually pull the pork. So we'll see how that turned out. I think today I may have to make some pancakes because I got some eggs when I was shopping yesterday. If you saw last night's video, you'll see I got a whole load of vegetables as well. So we're going to be doing some roasting of vegetables, and that will keep me going for lunches. Just adding little bits here and there while having some huge variety, shall we say, of roasted veggies. I also got cauliflower and broccoli, which I'm hopefully going to do the cheese sauce with. The cheese sauce that's not going to get really, really watery. I still haven't worked that one out yet. So we'll see how that goes. This week is just going to be a quiet week, working hard. It's very, very busy at work. But thankfully I work in a small office and we're pretty good at what we do, which is a good thing. And funnily enough, we were talking about that this week, Mandy and I. And it's amazing how many years it took us to actually be able to stand there and go, do you know something? I am good at what I do. After, obviously, we're ladies of a certain age. But it is amazing how many women it doesn't seem to be a thing. It seems to take them forever and a day to actually realise how good they are at some things. And I think especially depending on your job, because Mandy and I classify ourselves as administrators, although if someone phones us and demands to speak to the manager, we just swap them over and Mandy suddenly becomes the manager or I suddenly become the manager. We throw titles about quite a lot, I have to say. Our titles can change on a regular basis. But yeah, it's quite funny. And now, of course, Mandy and I are actually, no, we're really quite good at this. We're good at what we do. We're multi-skilled, multi-talented, and we're really good at fixing things. So yeah, if you are someone like us, actually have a look at what you're doing. And if you're good at what you do, then tell yourself that. Because that was a long time coming for Mandy and I. And I think, as I say, a lot of it's because it's administration. The age-old story of the lady, the typist pool or the receptionist or whatever. And initially, a lot of it was eye candy. Whereas now, we're actually quite good at doing a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, we had a wee smug this week. Just to say, no, we are doing this. And it was nice. It was nice to actually be able to think, well, no, we've come a long way from what we were when we first started. We know what we're good at. So yeah, that was quite a nice thing. You'd have been very proud of me yesterday. I got my mini chainsaw out and I chopped some bits of wood into the right size for the fire. Don't get me wrong, I was very careful, standing properly, holding it very tight, and very, very wary because it's a chainsaw. Granted, the blade's only like 6 inches long or something, but still, it moves at speed. But I managed to do some chainsawing of wood. Now, I'm sure there's some of you there are saying, well, have you not got a Patrick for that? And yes, I do have a Patrick for that. However, Patrick has been very, very ill this week. He has had COVID. And I don't know about you, but I think I've had it 3 times. And each time's been worse than the last. Again, in the office when I was telling Mandy, and of course we were like, well, I'm not going near him because the last time I had it, it was so awful. But Mandy and I both got it at the same time, and we never, ever go off work at the same time. One of us will always try and batter through so that there's somebody in the office. No, we both had to go off sick. And then once we came back, the other ones in the office had to go off sick. It was dreadful. So I have been avoiding him, bless his little cotton socks. But normally we text each other in the morning to say good morning. And it got to about, 10 o'clock. Normally he texts by 8, and there had been no text by 10 o'clock, and that was me, I was done. So I phoned him. And oh my goodness, his voice, he sounded dreadful. So I was like, that's fine, I know you're alive, go back to sleep. Hung up the phone and then messaged his daughter, who lives about 3-4 miles away, and said, go and check on your dad, please. I want a video to see what he looks like. I want to know what his temperature is. I want to know how bad his coughing is. Because Patrick's lungs are a problem. He's had pneumonia a couple of years ago, and he's still got a crackle in his lungs. So we're like, no, we need to get this checked. So his daughter got dispatched to go and see how he was. So that was quite good. Ended up that we called the doctor. Well, she called the doctor. I was still at work. And the doctor gave him antibiotics. So he has made a huge recovery, which is nice. So that stress level has left the building now. We know that he's getting better and everything like that. So yeah, that was a bit of a turn up for the books. Patrick doesn't normally get ill, but it seems he's quite similar to my dad that way. He doesn't get ill very often, but if he does it in style. Could be worse. The last time he was proper ill was when he had pneumonia and he was still living in London, so I ended up jumping on a train. That's how I know when he had it. It was July 2020, because I went back and checked my train tickets. I was on a train at 6:30 in the morning leaving Edinburgh to go down to London. So that was obviously when he was ill, because my local trains are about 10ish in the morning to get the straight through train to London. But no, I jumped on one from Edinburgh. So yeah, but he's better now, so that's good. The cat still loves that fish. Honestly, the fish is sitting in the middle of my room, and she's lying up in my bed still. She hasn't got up yet this morning. And she comes down, meows a bit, has a bit sniff of the fish, and goes, ooh, catnip, and then beats it up, as you will have seen on my video. So yeah, Raven is still very healthy, loving the little fish that Lana sent, and yeah, I think that's you pretty much caught up. Kathleen started her new job. Everything seems to be going well, so that's all good. Yeah, that's you pretty much caught up. The whole purpose of the podcast for today, like 10 minutes after I've been wittering, is I was thinking about, there's a thing came through my door with the Christmas gift guide. And I don't know who these gift guides are for, but they're certainly not me or mine. Because the idiocy of some of these gifts and the price of some of these gifts is absolutely ridiculous. Just totally ridiculous. You're getting things like, the hat and scarf set for £30. Like, excuse me? And it's not even wool, which is worse. Because a couple of years ago, I got Patrick, when we knew he was coming up here, I went into one of the shops and I got him a cashmere hat and scarf set. which cost me over £30. But it's proper wool and it's proper warm. Why on earth would you pay that for a nylon scarf when you're up in Scotland and it's cold? Just no. So yes, and little, stupid mugs with stupid things written on them. I'm like, why would I pay £15 for a mug? Behave. It's just no. So yeah, Christmas gifts. I need to be thinking of that, and I need to be thinking of things that are useful, but also things that I can put together. As I've said before, putting together a little hamper, putting together a thing like Kathleen had said she could really do with a carer's keyring. I was like, what? She says, I need a torch for a key safe to be able to hit the buttons for a key safe. So I need a wee torch. She said, because holding her phone in one hand while trying to do the key safe in the other is a pain. I was like, right, okay. So, torch, little digital clock thing, and hand sanitizer. So I need to work out a wee thing for Kathleen. Like a wee one of those big, those rappelly things that they have on rock climbers and stuff. Those square bolt things. I may have to think of one of them and invent a gift, I think. Because if that's what she needs, if that's what's going to make it useful for her, then that's what she needs. And I could get her something normal. Well, obviously it's Kathleen, you get her fluffy pyjamas like every year because she likes her fluffy pyjamas. But yeah, there's the normal things that you can get, but just to, if that's something that's useful, then I'm sure I can invent a way to put something like that together. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at this morning while I'm waiting on my phone to charge, while I'm sitting drinking my coffee because I put the coffee machine on this morning. I have been getting up at the back of 5 over the past almost a month really. I've been waking in the back of 5, but today I woke up the back of 5 and turned back over. The cat and I snuggled in and we slept more. And I didn't actually open my eyes again till 8:30, reached for my phone, which had no charge. So I had to get up to go and find out the time, which was 8:30. And I was like, oh goodness, I need to get up now. So I put the coffee machine on in the bedroom, got dressed, came downstairs, got some sugar to take up to the coffee machine and my flask. So I now have a flask of coffee and my mug, and I am going to sit and relax and go and plan things. Christmas presents is a definite plan. I need a list, because what I've been doing at work recently is if I have a good idea, I email myself to my home email with things that I don't want to forget, because I have so many ideas and they go so fast. I'm just like, no, send yourself emails or you're going to forget all these really good ideas you've had. So yeah, that is me. That is you caught up with what I have been doing. As I say, I'm sitting here with a big mug of coffee. Well, not much of it left now. So I will go and refill that and get this uploaded. And hopefully you have a lovely Sunday. And I will catch you later.